What's up, everybody? Scott and AJ here. It's always golf o'clock. What is this? Episode 29.
29,
Great.
dude. 29.
Man, consistency.
29.
Yeah.
Good
So
stuff,
eventually
man.
we'll get the viewers and the followers and sponsorships and stuff like that. But
Well, the
anyways,
way well the way we're going with the way we're going, maybe at episode 129 we'll have a, a good following, but we're
the
getting
key is
there.
we're
Hey,
just
it's better than it was at episode 1, 2, and 3. I'll tell you that much.
right. And we've got some things we're working on in the background. We got the course series. We'll do our next course designer series when we next round we
Next
play
round we
based
play.
on the
Yep.
course we play in the designer, which is hopefully in a couple weeks.
Couple
But
weeks. Yep.
we're not going to be able to get out this week. But yeah, you're going on vacation, and then
Yep. Get out of town for a little
um,
bit.
yeah, we're gonna get unfortunately probably get some severe weather here tomorrow. But
Yeah, it's saying it's gonna be pretty crazy here. They're talking
yeah.
40, 50 mile an hour winds and everything like that. This front
Yeah,
coming
so
through. It's gonna be
everybody
supposed
be
to be
safe
pretty
out there,
nuts.
especially people who have already gotten some of it down south.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's what consistency and the most important thing is we're doing it because we have fun and we love golf.
Dude,
So
I enjoy it, man. I enjoy
yeah,
spending a little bit of time with you, hanging out, talking about this game, and it's fun. It's really
right.
fun. I didn't know if I would like it that much, and we've kind of, I mean, 29 episodes into it already. It's pretty cool,
Right.
and a lot of times we're talking about the same stuff, but no, I'm
But
enjoying it. I think you
yeah,
are, and we're just gonna keep going, dude. Nothing to
right.
lose.
Exactly. So on that note, let's get into what we played Oak Valley this week in
Yeah.
Advance, Clemens, Winston-Salem area. It's actually technically Advance, North Carolina,
Yep.
outside of Winston-Salem. But probably one of my favorite courses, like I think I mentioned in the past on another episode, probably last week when talked about it. But I didn't play very well. You had a really good round, but it was also only our second round of the year. We played on really
January
actually two
1st.
months later. We played
Yep.
January 1st and then March 1st. It was
Yeah.
what,
Well,
75 degree or
it was
72?
beautiful.
It was
Now
awesome.
now
We were in
one thing it
shorts
was the winds were up a
and it
little
was
bit.
crazy.
We had some 25, 30 mile 40, like there was one hole on 9 where it's really exposed where my ball, like when I was putting and my ball was oscillating on the
Well,
putting green.
yeah, that was also the one where I was in the sand and you said about chipped it in because I couldn't see it, and then
And the wind almost pushed it off the green. It's
yeah,
crazy.
and the flagpole was leaning like this.
Flagpole was horizontal, dude. It was
But
down, it was blowing pretty good.
the
But
course was in awesome shape, I
yeah,
thought.
for March 1st, I thought the course was in great shape. Obviously, the Bermuda was still dormant, so it was
Mhm.
still dead. But the greens were actually they're really good. They have bent grass greens there, so they are able to cut them and they're able to stay on them and everything. And they're in great shape. They didn't have a lot of divot marks or anything like that because I'm sure they haven't had a lot of play on it. So they're really coming in nicely. But I think the course is in decent shape for where it is in March right now. I mean, it was fun. But like you said, I played pretty well. We're gonna go hole by hole here and talk a little bit about it. And go from there. So Scott and I really we were kind of running in. We were flying in. We were wheels burning coming in, and I had softball practice with my little one right beforehand, and then Scott I know came from had to get some stuff because you got to go to Blake Shelton concert this weekend,
Yeah,
didn't you,
Blake
on
Shelton
Saturday?
concert last minute. It was a great
Yeah,
concert, so it was
that's awesome.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
Scott was handling all that stuff. So we really came in. We checked in. We you got right on the carts and hit the course. And first hole, um, we both hit our drives. I smoked one right down the pipe. I had a really good one. You had a good shot. It just
Just
went to
kind
the
of
left. And
rolled
usually
off to the left, yeah, on the
yeah,
hill.
usually you're a left to right player. You hit the ball, left side, and it comes back to the right. You have a little fade, and you're able to play that. And went a little left. All right, it happens. What are you going to do? But we were able to get through the hole. I was able to get a par. How did you do on that hole? I don't remember. Did you get a double? Did you get a double? Oh, you were in
No,
the yeah. You took you a little while to get get up and down
we
the
did
track.
not
Yeah,
finish that well. We didn't finish a lot of them on the front nine well, but that's okay. We improved. That was the most
that was
important thing.
key.
We improved on the day
Yeah.
after about hole seven.
Yep. So then, I was able to par that one. Then we went to hole 2, which is a par 5. I was playing about 490, I think. Um, again, I smoked my drive right down the pipe, and I had I think it was like 208 in or 207 in. hit a 4 iron left of the green, was able to chip up and two putt, got a good par. You, on the other hand, if you watch, at Dad is Golfing, we have a little video on there of our course. I kind of show you where you went, and you were literally in the sunroom
Right.
of the
Right.
guy's house on the left, and
Well,
it's
like
trees
you
out
said,
there. But
it went left again, which is rare for
yeah,
me. I have more of the not a slice, but just a little kind of
fade,
fade
little fade. Yep.
the left to right. But this time it was right to left all day for the most
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
I struggled, but we got to correct it a little bit towards the last few holes. But
yeah.
anyways, yeah, I I recovered all right, so ended up +2 on that one after a drop shot. But yeah,
Yeah, but it still wasn't bad. The third hole there, I think, is one of the harder holes on the course, if not the hardest hole on the course. It was playing a 400 about 15 yards, or we were playing. It's par four. But you really like, if you hit your drive 250, 260, there's a pond that you can kind of get into and get close to. So I always hit a little hybrid or a driving iron on that one. Um,
well,
I think you had a
yeah,
three
that
wood, if I wasn't mistaken, on that one, right?
I took the driver because of the wind, but I ended up to the right actually on that one. But then
Yeah.
the wind was blowing back. That's why it was blowing our ball back. But then I ended up in the pond clearly on the second
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
But
I hit mine.
it's a narrow approach shot.
It's a really
That was
narrow
tough.
approach shot, out of bounds left. I hit mine. I was down there a little short of the green, but to the right. I thought I was in the water, but luckily I wasn't. The water wasn't that high, so you were able to kind of get in some weeded area, and I was in that weeded area there. Was able to chip up, and I two putted for bogey.
Yeah, what would you say the approach shot up near the green, probably what, 50 yards and in is probably maybe 25 yards wide, if that,
Yeah, yeah, especially where you get
toward
it
closer you
definitely,
get to
yeah,
the
it
green, the
definitely gets
narrower.
close to the grain. Yep, it gets
Yeah,
really, really narrow. You have to, I think it's between like 75, 25 yards and 75 yards is extremely narrow
right.
to get in, because the water kind of jets out and then it opens up. It kind of goes around the green, so it does open up a little bit, but you have to, but you're still like I think we each had like a 200-yard shot in. So I mean, I hit my drive about 215, and I had about 200 yards into the pin. So, and the pin was in the back too, way in the back, furthest I've ever seen it back. So
Right.
we had a full 420 par
Yeah.
four on that hole with
I
luck.
didn't really hit it bad. The wind, it just got caught up in the wind and unfortunately drifted back into the
Kind of
pond.
ballooned on us, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then
so next
hole
hole is a
four,
par
I
four,
my drive
way
did the
left,
same thing again, way left. I found it.
way
Then
left.
I shanked one right.
Yep, way left, and then you shanked it right.
Then after that I
And
did all
yep,
right.
yep. I smoked my drive right down the pipe. I had a driving iron right down the pipe, and put a put my next shot on the green, and had about 30 feet, I think, downhill, and I was a little too cautious with it, and I left myself about 5 feet right to left. And unfortunately I three putted that hole, so I three putted bogey. I was my only three putt of the day, but I was a little bit too cautious with that putt. A little frustrated, but what are you going to do? That's one of those holes that I think is wide open, so you really need to take advantage of it. So just a little ticked off about what happened there. But then we get
Yeah.
to what was it, the fifth hole then, which
Yeah.
is water all the way down the left side. Scott, guess where you went again? I remember this one.
Left into the
Left
water.
again.
So what is
Left
that?
again.
That was
So
okay. First hole I didn't have to
four.
drop. Second hole I had to drop, so that's one. Third hole I had to drop. Fourth hole I just messed up. So yeah, three drops in the first five holes, right?
Yeah. Well, what I think we start like I started noticing something that was happening when you were pulling your stuff, pulling everything left, was you were opening your shoulders, and it was
Yep.
almost like
This left
your
shoulder.
your left shoulder wasn't staying closed, and you weren't kind of coming out of it. You were turning, so your club face, instead of hitting it square, you were hitting
Right.
it like this, and it was going
Right.
straight left. I mean, you were going left and going left. So. So
which
I mean,
is
as far
totally not what I normally do.
no, no, not at all. But you were getting that left side opened up so much that I think you were just pulling off of it. So we tried to correct it right away, and it didn't start right away, but it did start a little bit later. You started correcting that and playing a little better.
Yeah,
But
because the next two holes were terrible. So,
yeah.
uh,
So then the next one's a par three. But I bogeyed that hole. I hit my drive right, and usually everything on that right side fades down to the left in the
right.
feeds down toward the water and gets in the fairway. And mine stayed on the cart path, and I was
Yeah.
like out of all the places to lead, like I couldn't believe it stayed on that cart path right there. So I had to
Right.
kind of take a drop. Gave myself a difficult shot from on the drop that I had to take, hit a little punch 7-iron under some trees, and I just got too much of it, went over the green, and then had to chip back up and two putted for bogey
And
there. So,
remember how crazy the wind and how quick the green was? Mark, who one of our guys we played with, he was
oh
on the
yeah,
left side of the green on the par three. He putted it from the fringe. Due to the wind, it
pushed it off the green.
pushed it off the green and down the hill, so he had to
Yeah.
chip back up
Well,
and
that's
got
the next hole.
over.
That's the sixth hole. That's the
Oh yeah,
sixth
yeah.
hole.
I thought you were talking about the par
No,
three
that
already.
was still the fifth hole. So I was talking
Yeah,
about the sixth
yeah.
hole was a par three. It was playing 140
Right,
yards.
right.
Um, I think I tried to hit because the wind was into us. It was into us from the left. And,
Actually, it was playing longer. Well, no,
no,
the
because
yeah,
everybody
because of the
because
wind. Yeah,
Alex and Mark hit a 9-iron
yeah.
and I hit an 8-iron. No, I hit a 9-iron. I hit a 9-iron too. Came up short. I hit it fat, and I was lucky I came up short because I came before the little creek. Hit a nice little pitch shot on and two putted for bogey.
Right.
You had one of those dreaded S words
Shanks to the
that we
right.
all talk too much about.
Yeah. I
Um,
lost two
fortunately,
balls on that hole
you
because then
did.
I
You
hit the
shanked
next one in
one,
the water.
and when you go double par plus one on a par th plus
Yeah.
two on a par three, that's not very good for you.
No, I'm not helping my credibility,
Yeah.
but that's
Well,
okay.
it's okay. But
You,
you're
everybody
right.
has those rounds.
But Mark was on there. Mark was left of the green, chipped, putted it because he had a tight lie, putted it, and the wind just kept blowing it over to the right, and it went down back down the hill into the rough. I couldn't believe that happened. It was funny because he was sitting there. He was like, you know, out of everything that I was expecting to happen with this shot, that was the
Right,
I didn't even think of that one,
right,
and it was just unfortunate that happened, but you got to play the elements sometimes, and sometimes that happens. So,
right. What'd you? How many putts did you have? Well, we'll get to. Never mind. We'll
yeah,
get to that on the after nine. Um, yeah. And then we got to the par five, which
par
was
five
terrible, terrible for me again because I went to the left, out of bounds in the water.
in the water.
What was that? That was
4 or 5 balls. 5 balls you've lost in seven holes.
right. And then I
Five
lost
drop.
the second shot, the drop shot, which is a
Six
third, because it
balls
did
in
the
seven
same
holes.
thing.
There's
So
6 balls in
I
seven
just
holes.
kept opening the shoulder. But anyways, we'll get to what happens next, which is
Well,
even
I
better.
played that hole really really well.
Yeah,
I piped my drive down the middle. Hit a
you
good
parred it,
layup.
which is one of the hardest holes to par on that course.
Yeah, I hit a good, and it actually helped me out a little bit because it was dead into the teeth of the wind. So I
Hmm.
was able to take driver and just pound a driver down there.
Right,
And I hit it with all I had, and I hit it about 260, and it was the wind just held it. So was able to get into the middle of the fairway. Usually I hit a hybrid or a driving iron off that hole because I'll go through the fairway. I've done that many times. But with the wind the way it was, I was able to really be aggressive with the driver, which was great. Then I hit a 7-iron, just kind of laid up with the 7-iron, and I hit a wedge right of the hole, hit a good chip up, and was able to one putt that hole.
right, right. Speaking of that, I've got the course up. We could kind of walk through some of these if we wanted. I can bring the, let me share my screen if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
Um, I remember how to do this dang thing. Um, cool. Can you see that now?
Yep, it's coming up.
Awesome. Uh, but yeah, so if you we'll get back to the course tour. Um, go back here. Golf course, go to the scorecard. Um, actually the scorecard doesn't have the whole.
No, it just shows the green.
There's kind of the
If you can zoom in a little bit, I don't know if you'll be
yeah,
able to
can't
zoom into that.
yeah, I don't think you can zoom in on that. There is a course
There you
guide.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go. You can just look at that right there.
right, right,
So there's one up top middle
right.
right there. Yeah. There's one,
Two coming
two,
back this way.
three.
Three. That's the narrow one.
That's
See
the narrow
the
one. Yep.
water here. Four.
4.
Right. Uh,
5, you see the water on the left, and then 6 is the little par 3 up
right,
top. And there's 7.
right,
So yeah, 7 I hit a drive kind of right where that number 7 is right there.
right.
Um,
Mine went from the tee box over in this crap,
of
and
that
then went
area.
over here in this water.
Yeah.
But then we'll get to eight.
So then eight's a very kind of straight up the hill par 3.
Right.
Um, it was playing again into the wind and out of the left. And I hit a beautiful choked up knockdown 8 iron from about 140 yards out, kept it low and put it what 10 feet left of the
Yeah.
pin. Great shot, great shot.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I missed the birdie putt, but was able to par that one. Now, why don't you tell me what you did, buddy?
Yeah. So guess where mine went again? It went
Left.
left. But I recovered real well, hit a chip shot up onto the green, actually kind of rolled a little bit off the green, and then I had
Back, yep.
probably what a
25
20
footer.
foot putt and put
Yep,
it in
down
for
the hill.
par. So I zero putt
Beautiful putt. Beautiful
technically
putt.
because it was off the fringe, it was off the green, off the fringe actually. So
Yep.
so I parred that one, got it back together a little bit, and even got it together a little bit on nine. But yeah, I'll let you start off with nine.
So 9, hit another great drive right down the middle. So on the front 9, I hit 6 of 7 fairways on the front 9.
Mhm.
Okay, your Amazon stuff up there.
There you go. All right. See that? No, can't
Nope.
see it.
I see your
Oh,
screen on
okay.
all your
It's
stuff.
actually the wrong screen. There we go.
There you
Sorry.
go. Yep. So 9 there. Yeah, that's pretty
All
cool.
right, cool. I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We're learning.
That
Uh,
changes everything.
there's nine. Yeah.
So 9, I hit a great drive right down the pipe. Now the thing about 9 is it goes, you tee up from higher up, it goes down
Right.
into the valley, and then it comes up. And ninth green is exposed to the elements, um, because 18 is just to the left of it, and it just was gusting. So I hit my approach was short of the green, um, just right up on top, get a little bit higher over that bunker, and was
Yep.
able. I took a putt and I putted it. And I had a really good putt, and then I had about 5 feet left, and I missed that putt. So I
Yeah.
bogeyed 9.
The
Hole
hole
was
was
back
right
right. Yep,
there,
right
right where
there.
the cursor is.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a okay drive. I was down here in the fairway, went a little short, but I didn't hit it as far left as I had been. And then I had a great second shot. It kind of just dribbled in the sand, and then I couldn't even
Beautiful
see the
shot of the sand.
green. You were up on the green, and I had a great sand shot, which is sometimes rare for me, but I played it well, and it went up on the green, almost rolled in the hole, but the wind was blowing so bad it
Almost,
got on the
almost blew it off the green.
fringe, but I ended up with a bogey, so I improved the last two holes of the front nine
Yeah.
tremendously.
Yep. So that
And
was
then
9.
right,
10's a hard little hole too.
right.
You have to hit an iron or a hybrid or a 3 wood off the tee.
Cart path
Yeah.
only.
Car path only. I actually hit a fat shot and was short of the creek. I hit,
Right.
no, the creek in front of you, buddy, the first creek.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You were that's right, you were
Yeah,
right
I
here.
was like over in that area. And then I punched up to being down there to the
Yeah,
right.
right. You were
To
down
the
here,
left
yeah.
side. Yeah, I was down there, hit a chip up, and I had about 30 feet, and then I two putted for a 5. So, wasn't a great
Yeah,
hole for me. If you don't, that's one where you have to really get right kind of where your cursor is, and it's
mhm.
about 220, 230 yards down there. Um, and if you get there, it's not a hard shot, but if you don't get there, you could be all over the place.
Right. I had a really good drive there. I actually took the driver because of the wind, but if
Hmm.
sometimes if you take the driver on a calm day, you're going to be in this water and the
Oh
short.
yeah, oh yeah.
You
You
have to
can't.
take a
I can't.
shorter club. But I had a really good shot. Ended up in the fairway, and then I hit I think a 6 iron to right in front of the green, chipped up, and I think I two putted. So I ended up with a bogey there.
Yeah.
And then what? We went on to the par three, number
Par
11.
three, yep, par 3, and
So you
that
got
was right.
11.
That was playing. So it's 185 on the card, and it was playing with the wind all about 210,
Oh
210.
yeah. Well, I had a really great tee shot. Like I said,
Yep.
I started to improve. That tee shot did what my normal one does. It came around a little left
Started.
to right.
Yeah, you
I
started
actually
closing
took
that.
a yeah, I took a hybrid because of the wind, and it ended up the flag was right just above that
Yep.
three. It was in that three position, and my ball ended up right on the fringe there, and I ended up with a par on it.
Par.
Ended
Yeah,
up
mine was
putting.
just right of that bunker on the left.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Just kind of right in that fringe right there, and I chipped up onto the green. I had about 15 feet, and I two putted. I had a lot of my short game today. I had a lot of shots, or a couple days ago. They were usually my I can spin my short game and get it to check up, and it wasn't really checking up. Everything was kind of rolling out. So I mean, it is what it is.
Right. And
And
then you
12.
got hole 12. This kind of one of my favorite holes there too. It's not hard at all. It kind of goes down in a valley, then you get you're shooting back up to the green.
It
And
felt
you're
like every hole we were hitting here was going into the wind
right.
because it's hole not it's like 7, 8, 9.
Right.
10, 11, like all these are going kind of in the one direction. So you're getting everything into the wind, left to right, you know, until you kind of turn around and start coming back. So we were going into the wind with this one too.
Right.
Um,
I put
so-
mine down by the sand trap.
yeah,
It actually stayed right that time, and then I had a great second shot up in this area. I ended up double bogey in it. So
yep, yep. Yeah, I hit mine left of the trap, hit my second up to the right and then chipped up and two putted. So I was able to bogey that one. Just short game was a little bit off.
yep. And then we had what 13
Yep.
here,
Yep.
dog leg left on
Both
a
hit good
normal
drives
day.
there.
On a normal day, yeah, we both had great drives in the fairway. We were over in this area. And then I went a little right on the clipped the tree, but ended up with a double bogey on that one because my hitting that tree. But anyways, on a good day with no wind, you're going through this
Yep.
fairway. You've done it before. I've done
Yep.
it a couple of times.
hmm
So sometimes you have to use a 3 wood or even lower.
Yeah,
Can't
I hit my hybrid on that one and put it out there pretty good, but then you have a longer shot in. If you don't, you really want to try to carry those bunkers on the left if you can.
Right.
And it kind of cuts it down a little bit, but it's not an easy shot. So I was on my second shot went to the right side of the green,
Right.
right side of the green. I was able to chip up and it kind of ran out again, and then I had a two putted for a bogey.
Yeah, I had one and then two hit the tree. Then I chipped in this area and then chipped on and ended up, double.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh,
uh,
this hole.
yeah,
I had a shank right by that little creek right there.
right.
And then I hit a really good shot out. Just played safe. Gave myself about 100 yards in. Was able to chip up, pitch something up to about 20 feet right of the hole, and again missed the putt. But so I was got out with a bogey. But where my drive was, I was pretty excited to get out of a bogey there. I was kind of just playing for bogey.
Yeah, I had a really good drive on
You
this
did.
one. Like I
Yep.
said, my drive started coming along on the back nine better. And then I ended up in this area, uh, somewhere around the between the 191 and 165 there. And then had a good second shot, came up a little bit short, and actually it didn't come up short, just a little bit left, and then chipped up. But the green was so quick, I didn't realize the speed, and it kind of went
Yeah.
off the fringe. But I ended up with a double there.
Yep.
And then the last hole we got
This
in,
was our
take
last
the
hole
lead.
because we had to leave early. We couldn't get
Right.
all 18 in. So par five, wide open. I had a really, really good drive.
Let me go back there. Sorry, it keeps moving
Yep.
on me.
I was right where the fairway splits. I was on the
Right.
right side, yeah, down a little bit, yeah, right about there. I hit a bomb.
Yeah.
Um, and I was kind of unlucky because I usually you really want to be on the left side of that fairway because that opens it up to seeing the green.
hmm
I wasn't able to see the green, so I
Yeah,
had a
you
little
want to be
seven
over
iron
here.
right kind of to that little bottleneck right there. Uh,
Yep.
right of that, yeah, right in that area. And then I hit a little wedge in and two putted for par, so I was able to finish with a par. I had a really good hole there, but got a little unlucky on the drive because it kind of did roll down into that little area right there. But I mean, it's still a good shot. Can't complain about it too much.
Yeah, my drive, I didn't really hook it left. It started to
It started fading. It just
yeah,
caught a
it
branch.
faded, it caught a branch, it was coming back, it was gonna be real pretty. It was gonna be sitting about this 290,
Yep.
but it hit a tree about right here. Thankfully I was able to find it. I hit out near by your ball, and then I kind of shanked one a little bit over here and ended up to the right of the green on my third shot, but then I chipped up close and ended up with a double.
Yep.
So like not a great recovery, but anyways, that's a tough hole, tough course when the wind's playing that way. But those were the holes we didn't get 16, 17, and 18 in because
Yeah.
we had to leave. But
Yeah,
um,
I got tickets to the Wake Forest basketball game and took my daughter to go see them, and we were
oh,
excited about watching that, and it was a really good time. But a beautiful day. Course is in good shape. I would love to have finished playing. I shot
same.
41. I had 41 on the front, and I was what was I, five over on the back, starting to play. So you never know what could have happened. Just I was on that bogey train. I had no double bogeys. I had just
Nice.
pars and bogeys. So I really played kind of within myself. Got to clean up some of those bogeys, and I will. I'll get my chipping down a little bit, my putting down, but hit one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine fairways out of 12. So 9 out of 12 fairways, which is really, really good.
I hit
Um,
three.
I had six greens in reg. I usually like to be up a little higher than that, but it wasn't bad. I had 18 putts on the front nine. I had a lot of two putts, one three putt, one putt. Um, so and then the back nine, I was pretty much two putts in. So putting was a little bit. I mean, but I had a lot of 20 footers, for par and
How
um,
many putts did you have on the front nine?
18, 18.
I
So.
I was good with putting on the front nine. I was 16.
Yeah, yeah, I'd like to be closer to 15,
Mhm.
15, 16. But I again, like if you think about it, I had like on one, I had a 30 footer down the hill, two, I
Yep.
had, 15 feet back up the hill, and I almost hit that putt actually for birdie. Three just missed a 10 footer. It was just a little bit off. It wasn't like I was hitting any bad putts. That was the thing. I think I had one bad putt that I could say I didn't hit a good putt. So everything was kind of close. It just wasn't it just
Yeah.
things weren't falling, which is okay. It happens. Got to be a little bit better. Got to work on some putting, work on some short game. But I was very happy with my ball striking. I struck the ball really well, especially in the wind. My distances were really good. So we'll just kind of see how we can build off of it. Now it's gonna be
Yep.
nice with the time change because
Yeah.
we'll be able to
You
get
get
out
that
some golf
daylight
here after
saving
work.
time
Daily
this week.
savings. Yep.
So if you're playing Sunday, you get more time to play golf.
Really excited about that. I'll be able to get out after work some days and get nine holes. And hey, 9 after 5 series will be coming
That's
back.
right.
So watch my channel at 9 after 5 Sky. You're gonna be coming to a couple of those this year, aren't you?
Yep, yep. Get off at 4:30, hit nine holes after that. So yeah, that was Oak Valley. Definitely recommend it. One of our favorite courses. Usually I play a lot better out there.
Yeah.
I've had under 90 there before, which has been awesome, but not this time. But it's the second round of the year. We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So
Yeah, on that note, just praying for everybody down in Myrtle Beach. Hopefully
yeah, those
our
fires.
courses are getting
Crazy.
destroyed, but all the wildfires down there, not sure if everybody's seen that, anybody's seen that, but hopefully they get that under control. And then what we got, TGL finishing up too, right? Is this the
PGL's
last
finishing up. They're gonna have
regular?
playoffs coming up here soon.
Yeah.
PGA Tours in the Florida Swing had the Cognizant Classic down at Palm Beach.
Hmm.
And now they got the Arnold Palmer API Invitational this week down in Orlando. And then I think it's the players after that. So we're
Yep.
getting into some big time golf here, man. And then we're after we get done with the players, it's full go, full steam ahead
Oh man,
to
I can't wait
Masters. I can't
till
wait, man.
Masters.
I cannot wait.
We gotta have a Masters weekend where we play and then we barbecue afterwards and watch the round. So
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I agree. I gotta figure out what my softball schedule is because now we're falling to softball here and everything, so it's gonna be busy.
yep.
But we gotta find time for golf. That's really, really important.
Celebrate our friend Ryan too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He's doing better, so that's good
Yep.
to hear. But
And then so yeah, then that's pretty much it, man. We talked
yeah,
about more daylight. We play Arnold Palmer and yeah, then like you said, we'll get more into the designer series. Next time we play,
next
we'll
time we
talk
play,
about
we'll
our
figure out who
next.
we're gonna play with.
Yep,
See
yep.
who we're gonna see who we're gonna play. We got, a Jack Nicklaus course around here. We've got plenty of Pete Dye around here. We got Reese Jones. We got Robert Trent Jones Sr. We've got some good courses around here that we're going to be able to talk about and the designers that make them, that made them and designed them. So we're excited about that. Really excited.
Yeah, and stay tuned. We're about to start our own Instagram channel for just this podcast, and we will probably be putting it on its own separate YouTube channel too.
Yep.
Um, and eventually we're gonna get it on Spotify once I figure out what I'm doing there. So our two followers or two listeners now.
Hey, hey,
Hey,
we got 8 last week. Let's see if we can get 10 this week, you know?
but if you're watching and listening, if you've ever played in the Clemens, Winston-Salem area, put your thoughts on Oak Valley. And on the same note, any courses you played in that area.
Yeah.
We played both of them, but you got any other ones you like, put them in the comments. Love to hear from you. You got Salem Glens, another one out there in that area
Yep.
that we play. I like I like Oak Valley a little bit better, but Salem Glens
Oh, yeah.
another nice one when it's in really good shape. Um, and then
You know what I'm pumped about. I can't wait to get back out to Tanglewood,
oh
Champions
yeah,
course in
yeah.
Tanglewood. That's
Tanglewood's another great one.
can't
It's
wait.
36 holes out there. The
Yep.
Reynolds course isn't even the championship course, and that can be harder
I think that
sometimes.
one is harder. I think it is harder, but the
But
Champions
the
course is a
championship has what? How
beefy.
many sand traps on it? Like
Well, it used to have like
it used to have
like 107 or something like that. And when they renovated, they brought it down. They cut it in about half, but there's
they
still a
used
lot of
to
sand
have the
out there.
Greensboro Open there, and now they're redoing the clubhouse, which is going to be
Yeah,
awesome
I
when it's
can't
done.
wait for that clubhouse to get open. We'll be
Might
bringing
be in one of our other consistently go-tos in that area.
yeah, yeah, and I love playing Tanglewood. That's a fun course to play. It's a really really good course. It's a
Yeah.
big championship course here. Got
It's
to
a
get out to Grandover again. We'll have to get
yeah,
out to Grandover, do that one.
especially the West Course at Grando. But Tanglewood, it's a challenge, but it's not one of those that's a challenge that is not fun. Unless you end
Yeah,
up in a bunch
yeah,
of if you end up in the bunch of the sand traps, yes. But it's also it's some holes are pretty wide open. There's
yep.
few holes where
Most of them. Like I had driver on almost every one of
yeah,
them.
there's a few holes where you could even hit in the other fairway and hit back to the hole.
Yeah, it's a lot
So
of fun.
yeah. But we'll show you that course once we play it. But anyways, got anything else before we close out?
No, just stay safe out there. Keep hitting them if you're playing this weekend, and have a lot of fun. But we're excited to keep this thing going. And episode 29, big, we'll hit 30 next week or kind of soon after
Yep.
that, and we'll go from there.
Yep. All right, everybody be safe and have fun.
There you go.